Welcome to the February 2024 Real Estate Market Update brought to you by the Reeve Homes team. Kicking things off with a look at national appreciation in 2023. According to the head of Real and Digital Assets at S&P, November's year-over-year gain saw the largest growth in U.S. home prices in 2023, with the national composite rising 5.1%. According to the FHFA Home Price Index, prices are up 6.6%. We don't have December numbers yet, but it's likely that once those are in, that percentage will be slightly higher. Now, of course, appreciation varies depending on the location. Some cities saw larger appreciation, some saw a little less, and a couple even saw some slight depreciation. But as a whole, the country's up about 5.1% from November 2022 to November 2023, which tells us a lot about where we stand economically. Despite interest rates reaching 8% last year and deterring buyers, sellers also took a pause, which caused inventory to remain lower than usual, keeping prices stable. 2023 ended with just over 714,000 available units nationally, compared to pre-pandemic averages of around 1.1 to 1.3 million available units. And with the Fed announcing that there will be some relief on interest rates this year, we've already started to see a shift in the mentality of buyers. Demand is strengthening, which is likely to put upward pressure on prices. However, if we continue to see an increase in inventory, it should slow that upward pressure and balance the spike in demand. As for mortgage rate projections, here's a look at Fannie Mae's 2024 predictions. They adjusted their latest projection downward from December and now believe rates will stay in the mid to high sixes through the remainder of Q1, drop down to 6.2% in Q2, 6% in Q3, and potentially drop to 5.8% by year end. And finally, home price forecasts. These projections are from Goldman Sachs, MBA, Zillow, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the Home Price Expectation Survey, and NAR, all of which have adjusted their initial forecast from November upwards, with Goldman Sachs now predicting 5% appreciation, NAR just under 2%, and everyone else falling somewhere in the middle. Either way, all are projecting positive appreciation. And that'll wrap up our national market update. Now for a closer look at our local market update here in the Phoenix metro area. Home prices, when looking at average price per square foot, are up nearly 8% from this time last year, and almost 5% if you're measuring using the median sales price. Inventory remains tight year over year, especially for homes under $500,000. However, month over month is looking much healthier, with a 7.1% increase in new listings. That's the biggest difference from 2023, which had weak demand and supply. So while we are now seeing a spike in demand, we're also seeing it in supply, which will have a significant impact on overall sales this year. Closings over list price are at 14%, which is actually down from an average of 19% in pre-pandemic years. And the amount over list price is $5,000, which is actually up when compared to pre-pandemic averages of $2,500. When looking at closings above list price, it's important to keep in mind that it's often a result of buyers receiving seller concessions. It's common for buyers to offer $5,000 above the list price in return for $5,000 in seller concessions, which they can then use to cover their closing costs or buy down their interest rate. In the last year, 45% of homes sold with seller concessions, as compared to 35% in pre-pandemic years. Days on market has trickled down since January of last year. It went from 81 to 67, which is much closer to historical averages. The bottom line is that we're currently seeing a much more stable market, which is long overdue. But don't get too comfortable, buyers. Interest rates are still expected to come down, which will impact demand and ultimately prices. So although now is a great opportunity to take a breather and ease into your house hunting era, if we've learned anything from the past 4 years, it's that these stable markets don't stick around. So don't move too slow. And that'll do it for our February 2024 real estate market update. As always, if you have any questions or want data in your specific area, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next month.